Society claims that beauty comes from how one looks. It is defined by the clothing that is worn to the kind of makeup that should be used. I believe real beauty comes from knowing that I am a child of God. Growing up, I was the center of everyone's teasing. I had always been told to watch what I eat, that I was ugly, and I never fit in with this group or that one. No matter where I turned, I was treated like a nobody. All my life I have heard that beauty comes from the inside, or beauty is the eye of the beholder. I never believed that. How could I when people laughed at me? I never enjoyed public speaking because I always felt everyone was judging me. These events in my life validated my feelings and never gave me reason to believe I was beautiful. I know what you may be thinking, but your parents thought you were beautiful. As a child, it is hard to always believe what parents say. I found myself finding it harder and harder to believe a compliment when I would receive one. To this day, I still have a difficult time with compliments. Early in my teenage years, I found myself looking at magazines and Hollywood to figure out how to be beautiful. The more I told myself negative thoughts, the more I started to feel ugly. I had never felt so lost and confused. I gave in to the world and not to how my Heavenly Father sees me. I tried my best to listen to my church leaders for counsel to help me feel beautiful. Hollywood told me to buy this and buy that. It is the latest fashion or style. My church leaders told me to look deep within myself. Who could I trust to help me find my true beauty? As I began to mature, my logic and instinct started to kick in. It wasn't until I had my first child that it finally clicked. As I looked at her, I saw how perfect she was, and realized she looked at me the same way. In her eyes, I was beautiful. I began to understand that my church leaders were right. True beauty does lie within myself. The more I studied the words of my leaders and pleaded with my Heavenly Father for help, I was able to begin to develop my inner beauty, knowing that I was loved. Sister Elaine Dalton, the General Young Women President, says, "The world places so much emphasis on physical attractiveness and would have you believe that you are to look like the elusive model on the cover of a magazine. The Lord would tell you that you are each uniquely beautiful. If you live close to God and His infinite grace, you won't have to tell. It will show on your face. True beauty begins to show when we are living a Christ-like life. For as he thinketh in his heart, so is he." Proverbs 23:7. I realize that I have had challenges in my life, so has everyone else. Hollywood and society have a way of feeding on those insecurities, on how I see myself, but I know that my husband, my children, and my Heavenly Father love me. Every day I can look in the mirror and know that I am loved, I am beautiful, and a daughter of God. Inner beauty comes from knowing who you are, loving and serving your neighbor. I believe it is what you do for those around you that makes you beautiful. There is a song that I love that reminds me of where true beauty comes from. It says, "What makes you different makes you beautiful. What's there inside you shines through to me. In your eyes I see all the love I'll ever need. You're all I need. What makes you different makes you beautiful to me." Now that I have a daughter of my own, I am learning how to be happy with myself so I may be an example of true beauty. I hope that I can influence my daughter for the better by teaching her that makeup and clothes is not what makes a person beautiful. Even though it may help, it is her actions that will determine her inner true beauty. With this example, I have the ability to show love to my daughter. As I do so, I can stand a little stronger and feel inner beauty. When I look in the mirror and affirm myself, I show my daughter what beauty is truly all about. Beauty is knowing that I am a daughter of God.